What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is the middle of December. Commanders are in must-win football games. I guess it's technically a Victory Monday. We're coming off the bye week. We're going to get right into it. Let's get to it. Pop, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out
Victory.
what day of the week it is.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I don't know. Maybe our listeners know. It's an alleged Victory Monday according to the outline here. And of course, you said in the intro, you probably go, what are they talking about? The podcast coming out on Wednesday. Well, we record on Tuesday, and what are you talking about victory? Well, not all victories are on the field. Not all victories you earn. Some victories are given to you by the football gods.
This
This week,
franchise has been known to win off the field.
oh yeah, we are undefeated off the field. So this week, the Giants got absolutely smoked by the Philadelphia Eagles, and also the Seattle Seahawks got kind of rocked by the Panthers, crazily enough. That's probably the one we expected a little bit less. So all of a sudden, Commanders move up to the 6th seed. Crazy.
Left hand
Hey,
up.
what can you do? Left hand up. Left hand up. A little bit of a
That was a
down
good Sunday.
performance. But yeah, it was a good Sunday. I mean, did you enjoy your bye week? I know it was your birthday. So everybody in the comments, please wish Pop a happy birthday. Pop got to
Yeah.
celebrate his birthday.
Another year
Sans
younger.
Commander suffering. Another year younger. He's
Yeah,
29. Doesn't look a day over it.
that's right.
And so everybody wish my Pop a happy 29th in the comments, please. And yeah, I mean, my bye week was great. I got to be honest. I enjoyed it. There was like a point in the day where I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Right around like when the second half would start, I was like, the game's usually on right now. I'm not used to this. I don't have any football to really care about. Um, but other than that, all of a sudden I realized just how peaceful the day can be when you're not suffering at the hands of the Commanders. Now, of course, the day could have been a lot better if we got a win, but things panned out for us. So that was our bye week. Commanders had their bye week. Hopefully, they got some rest, and we have tons of updates
Just a
going
huge
in
game, right? I mean,
to
just a
this game.
huge
Yeah.
game coming up. Sunday night football doesn't get any bigger.
Yeah, I guess that's news since the last time we spoke. They flexed the game to Sunday night, which is pretty much optimal. There's going to be an in-person Dom and Pop podcast Sunday night. I literally land in Maryland the night before, pretty late, and Sunday night boys are getting right down to it. Basically getting off the jet, rolling out the red carpet, microphones in hand, podcast going down for that game. So I was a little worried they were going to move it during my flight. But Sunday night, we got everything. What more can you ask for? You got a primetime matchup, division rival, winner more than likely makes the playoffs, loser more than likely your season is over. I mean, I know it's not a sure thing either way, but this is the game of the season. This is what we watch all year for, and I got to say I'm super excited.
It's almost like taking the 2-game lead over the Giants, right? Because you have the tiebreaker on them.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's huge. Can't lose this
Yeah.
game, and you can't lose this game and expect to be a playoff team. It's it's
Yeah.
it's that big, and I think we didn't play our best ball that last game. Um, you know, people are now saying, "Oh, Commanders are obviously the better team." Well, we didn't show it in that last game. Yeah, you can compare our results against the Eagles, maybe, but sometimes you catch a team on when they're kind of overlooking you a bit. You play good ball, which we definitely did that week. I think we're the better team, of course. I think most people do, but you got to go out there and play. Little nicked up, could have some O line issues again, which is a concern. But yeah, we need to go out there and ball and take care of business on Sunday night. So
Yep, 100% agree. I mean, this point in the year, everybody's banged up, everybody's hurting. We do have some key injuries to some key positions, which we'll get into. But I think you set it up really nicely. You know, the whole we're better than them, they're better than us. Here's the bottom line. The Giants have traditionally, most of my lifetime, aside from those couple of Super Bowl runs, been worse than the Commanders. They've been a pretty bad football team. And we've been pretty bad too, but we've been a little bit better. And again, this year, it's kind of the same thing. Giants, not a great team. Commanders, in that average to maybe slightly above average range, depending on the week. And but the bottom line is it's always a close game. Giants, Commanders, for some reason, is always close. And like I said, you got a division rival, prime time. Who cares what Philly did to them? They're going to be coming off that game hot, wanting to prove something to everybody. And who cares what we did to Philly? Because that was what, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago at this point? It's it's irrelevant. We got to be where our feet are, as Ron would say. And speaking of feet and being places, we got some injury updates. That was not the best segue in my life, but we do have some foot injuries on the injury report. So, Pop, I'm going to pass that one over to you. Hit us with some rapid fire injury updates over here.
yeah, so Ron usually likes to keep these things pretty close to his vest. Had a lot of updates in his presser this week, so sounds
Yep.
positive for Benjamin St. Juice. Sounds like he had a workout day and got treatment and seemed to go well. Montez Sweat and James Smith Williams are in the protocol for concussion, but again, that seems to be trending positively. Sam Cosmi with a sprained ankle. So again, we talked about offensive line health overall. Um, he's going to need to be evaluated throughout the week. I didn't realize Jamin Davis had some sort of procedure on his thumb, but Ron says he should be fine. Antonio Gibson's dealing with a foot issue. Ron was a bit non-committal on that one, said that it had needed to be monitored. Trey Turner, your favorite, Dominic, sounds like he's doing better, and the bye week really helped him. And will we see Chase Young this week? Will we finally see Chase Young?
Yep.
Sounds like he's making progress. I think one of the junkies said it this morning. If we don't see him this week, what's the point, right? So we'll see how that goes. That's an interesting story. But I think most importantly, and most excitingly to my partner Dom, Carson Wentz has been activated, and he will be the backup quarterback all Sunday. How you feeling about that, son?
Yawn. Yawn City.
We
Don't
could see
care.
him.
Don't, if we see Carson Wentz, something has gone very wrong. That's just the bottom line. There's just no way. If we
Hey,
see Car, if we
one
see
injury
Carson,
away.
yeah, this is either an injury or Taylor's just played so
No,
terribly,
no, Taylor's not going to get benched.
and
No.
I don't think either. I mean, injury, you just don't know, right? But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Carson. I think that's a non-story. I
No,
think
no.
everybody making noise about that.
Well,
Can
injuries happen. I wasn't even thinking about
injuries
a
happen?
benching. Injuries can happen. Let's God
Injuries
forbid.
happen. Well, you're the
God
only
forbid.
person in DC that has not been thinking about a benching since that activation. So thank you. I'm glad we don't have to go there.
No,
But
no, no. We're not going down
yeah,
that rabbit hole.
so most exciting thing is probably Chase. There's a chance of him playing.
Well,
For me,
St.
the
Juice
most
coming back is huge, right?
I was just about to say that. For me, the
Yeah.
most exciting thing is that we might have St. Juice back. I hope he's
See,
back
we're
and he's
we're vibing,
100%.
son. We're on the same
We're
wavelength.
locked in. The
Locked
boys are
in.
dialed in. I thought it was a headache settling in from all the work, but I think it's just it's the telekinesis lining up
That's
here.
right.
Um, but yeah, so Benny St. Juice coming back is really exciting. Chase Young, I reported. I have an inside source on Chase Young. I reported, was it 2 weeks ago, that we weren't going to see him for the rest of the season. That inside source flipped the script on me over the weekend.
Mm.
He said we're going to see him probably about 20 snaps. And then all of a sudden now Ron is talking about he's looking really good and they think he's back. So I don't know. I don't know. We could be seeing Chase. I hope we see him. I hope we see him and he's effective. More than anything else, I just get out there, get comfortable, not expecting him to be the, crazy athlete that he was right off the jump, but get in there, get some snaps working.
I don't see how he couldn't help, right? I mean, just a
Yeah.
guy with that kind of talent, especially if you're not relying on him to be, you know, an every down player, right? He's going to
Yep.
give the team a spark. He seems to have a lot of leadership qualities with this team. He's always there on the sidelines every game, cheering them on. There's something different to putting the pads on and actually being a part of it. So I think he'll only give the team a boost if he
Yeah.
gets out
Well,
there.
with the uh with the rotational pieces that are in place there, I think we'll be fine. I think the guys, like you said, just adding him to that rotation and just working him in some situations that maybe aren't as crucial or whatever. I think he's going to be great there for
Bring your number
now.
9 home, 99 home. Bring it home.
Oh, of course, it's the first thing in the suitcase. But yeah, in terms of scouting report, uh, go watch the last game. There's not too much to give you there. I mean, if you're here, you've probably been watching the last few games, and I'm sure you know what's going on there. I mean, the Giants are going to want to run the football. You got to keep Daniel Jones in the pocket, and they're going to want to take big shots down the sideline to guys like Darius Slayton. That's really that's how they work. They're not that great of a football team. They got smacked around by the Eagles. Defense is not very good. So we need to come out there, smack them around. So, Pop, you want to get into your three things that need to pop for this win?
Yeah, there's some carryover from the last time we talked about this, and you've already touched on it. And I got a feeling we might have some overlap, but we got to stop Daniel Jones. We got to stop the run game, and we got to do a better job just overall in the run game and Daniel Jones, as
Yeah.
well as obviously Saquon is a little bit banged up, but can cause a lot of damage. We just got to do better there. We made good adjustments at halftime. Got to do it better from the jump. And I'm going to, repeat one of mine from last time again, but we got to put up points early and 23 plus, right? We didn't get there last time.
Yep.
Let's put up some points. Let's execute the game plan better. Let's let Carson, not Carson, see, man, what a slip. Let's let,
Freudian slip there.
yeah, woo.
Wishful
Let's let,
wishful thinking from
no,
Pop.
no, not necessarily. Uh, uh, let's let Taylor do what he does best, and hopefully the offense can get rolling and get up early on the Giants. And then third one, we got to have better O line play, right? Not going to be easy. Tyler Lawson being out didn't give an injury update on him because he's out. So we're back to those backup centers, which are a bit scary. But
Yeah.
the offensive line has to play better than it did last game. It was one of the biggest problems that we had last game. That'll lead to a great run game. That'll lead to better pass protection and better results in the pass game. Better O line play is key.
Yep. I think I agree with a lot of your takes there. I'm gonna pivot to mine really quick. I think number one is in total agreement with you is going to be that center play. What are we going to get out of that center position? We have to have either, I don't know if it's going to be Nick Martin or Schweitzer yet, but we have to have one of the two of them step into that role
One
and
can't
take over
snap the
for
ball and the
Larson.
other can't block. So pick your poison.
Maybe we can maybe Martin can snap the ball and then they can swap really quick and Schweitzer can block. I don't know, run some stunts. Oh God, it's a nightmare. Surprised to see they didn't bring anybody in over the bye week. I figured maybe you could get somebody, but there's got
Yeah.
to be somebody out there better than those two. But hey, either way, so key number one has got to be that center play. That's, I think, not just this game. I think that's going to make or break the season because if we saw what we saw at the beginning of the year, it's going to be miserable. So it's got to be better. You hope, 14 weeks into the year, 15 weeks, guys are in better shape now. Who knows? So that's number one. Number two is really going to be containing Daniel Jones in the pocket. He just beats us with his legs too much, and we did a way better job of containing Jalen Hurts than we did containing both Marcus Mariota and Daniel Jones. And I'm just confused. Maybe that's because Hurts is just content to sling it because he knows he can and he's kind of elite at both, right? But we I don't know why one works and it doesn't with worst quarterbacks overall, but yeah, we got to find a way to contain Jones, not let him beat us with his legs. He got a lot of key first
Right.
downs with his legs. Not as worried about Saquon. We did a really good job of containing him last week, and I think we'll continue to do that. Um, and number three is going to be, not to take the foot off the gas and don't let them back in the game. I think that's going to be the biggest one. I want to come out strong, score some points like we did last week. The formula is there. We know what we need to do. We were very effective at points in that game. We look back on that, replicate that, and let's just put our foot on their necks. Let's let Taylor go out there. I'm gonna amend number three because obviously we want to win. Let's change it. Let's let Taylor cook. Prime time Taylor. This is what he does. This is where he shines. Let him loose like he was in that Philly game. These are the biggest stages, are usually where he plays the best. Let's let Taylor do his thing. And I think that's going to result in scoring some points early and keeping our foot on their necks, kind of like we did against Philly. Let's do it.
Yeah, I love it, and great points. And I think the thing that, as we were talking earlier, and then we got into our injury updates, as confident as we might feel against the Giants, don't doubt that they're confident against us. They think they should have won that last game, and if you're a Giants fan and you're looking at things through those color glasses, I mean, they were up, right? It took a game-saving drive late in the game, and they had opportunities that they're one kick away from winning the game, right?
Yeah.
So, they think they're a confident football team coming in this game. I don't think they're
Yep.
thinking about the whooping they took at Philly. They're thinking this is a team we can beat and we can, recover our season if we do that, right?
Yep.
And so you got to be ready. You just can't be thinking that Philly game has absolutely nothing to do with anything as far as I'm concerned. It was 20-20 tie. You
Yep.
don't get two more even teams than that, and it's going to be the team that plays better, makes the least mistakes, that's going to win that game, right?
Yep.
And that could be either or. It's a coin flip. And I know Vegas is hot on the Commanders, which we'll get into in a minute because it's a primetime game, which means we got to bet on that game. But you know, we better be ready. We darn sure better be ready for that game.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're going to be disappointed on Sunday night.
I like it. Profound stuff from Pop there. The team that plays better is going to win the game. I really like that. It was a in-depth breakdown. No, I'm just
It's the
messing with you. It was
passion
a
that you
great.
say it with, son. It's the conviction and the
No,
passion that
it
you
was a
say it
great.
with
It
that
was a
makes a
great break.
difference.
It was a great breakdown. It was just a funny quote I could pluck out of there. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. Got to be where our feet are. This is the most important game of the year, bar none. Nothing else matters. You want to
You
talk
like that
about
saying, don't you?
is Ron saying, hey, you know what they say, the top of the organization, it trickles down. It's come over me, man. It's Ron saying. I like it. There's no sense in talking about Brock Purdy over there in San Francisco or Deshaun Watson looking like crap over there in Cleveland or maybe Dallas benches their starters. None of that matters right now. None of it matters. What matters is let's go kick Daniel Jones's ass. So I think there's no better way for us to end this segment than saying, let's kick Daniel Jones's ass. Let's get into the opposite of kicking ass, which was our Bada bets from last week.
Woo!
Woo! That was a stinker. Stinker. That was real bad. Pop went 2-3. I went 1-4. We picked mostly the same games. Obviously, Pop got a game on me with that Rams
Brilliant pick.
game. Just absolutely. I mean, he was sitting there looking over the next gen stats of Baker Mayfield.
That's right.
He's talking about average air yards per attempt. He's talking about situational fourth quarter opportunities. Um, much like my opponent in fantasy football this week, he pulled the horseshoe right out of his culo. He got that W on that one.
It's the
And
scouting that you do, right? It's the research that you do for these games makes all the difference in the world. So
yep, the
it's the difference
research is
between
the
a two
most.
and three and 1-4 record.
Yeah, it's huge there. So overall, Pop 33-28, one push. I am 24-34, one push. 27-34, one push. Excuse me. You want to see the individual games? Go back and look at those. We picked a lot of the same ones. And let's get right into this week's Bada Bets. Without further ado, we've got some pretty good ones. This is that time of the year, a lot of divisional football, a lot of playoff implications on the line here. Let's get right into it. Thursday night, speaking of the guy himself, Mr. Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers, 3.5 point favorites playing in Seattle against Geno Smith and the Seahawks. What do you like there, Pop?
I'm going with the Hawks. I like the Hawks at home. 12th man. I think they're going to bounce back. I wish 49ers would win that game, but I think that the Hawks will at least cover that three and a
Yep.
half.
I'm not gonna wish. I'm taking the 3.5 for the 49ers there. That Seahawks defense is miserable. I don't think you can contain all the weapons that they have out there in San Francisco. Sunday night, Dolphins at Bills. Or Saturday night, excuse me. Dolphins at Bills. Bills 7.5 point favorites. What do you like there, Pop?
And Dolphins on the road, warm weather team, but that's a lot of points to give up. I was gonna go Dolphins. I'm gonna flip it at the last minute. I'll take the Bills. I think the Dolphins are sliding a little bit, and I think the Bills are gonna take care of business there.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Vegas definitely likes the Bills there. Um, I'll double down on my boy Josh Allen. I got a lot invested in the Bills. By a lot, I mean pretty much the entirety of all of my fantasy football buy-ins are directly tied to the Bills doing well in its playoff season. So I'm taking the Bills there. Sunday night, Titans at Chargers. Chargers 3 point favorites there at home. Pop, what do you think?
Chargers seem to be getting on a bit of a roll, playing well. I'll go Chargers at home, given the three.
Yeah, I think you got two teams kind of trending in the opposite direction here. The Titans defense has not been great. Chargers getting healthy at the right time of the year, playing well. I'm going to go with the Chargers as well there. Sunday night, Giants at Commanders. You already know what we're doing. We're taking the Commanders, right? I mean, you're
No,
not gonna go
I
crazy here,
think
right?
taking the Commanders. I think if I was neutral, that 4.5, 4.5 points seems like a lot. I think it's going to be a tight game. I
Yeah.
mean, last game was a tie, so but yeah, without a doubt, left hand up.
Yep.
We got to go with our boys. We're undefeated when we pick the Commanders in this new format. We're going to keep that rolling.
Gotta keep riding the heater there. Uh, yeah, gotta go with it. Monday night, FedEx Field. I mean, one of the best football environments in the world, right there. You have to take the Commanders
Sunday
at
night.
-4.5 points. Sunday night, excuse me. Monday night, Rams at Packers. Packers 7 point favorites there. What do you like?
You're not going to roll my boy Baker. I mean, come on. After last week's scouting breakdown, come on.
It's
Baker's not
crazy, but
dropping 7 to the Packers. Rams all the way, baby.
yeah, I'm going Rams there too, which makes it for an unexciting situation here in terms of our record implications. But I'm pretty far on the hole at this point in the year, so I'm gonna go Rams. It's just 7 points is a lot, and what has Green Bay shown you to think that they're 7 points better than how bad the Rams have been? Green Bay's been one of the worst teams in the league this year
Right.
too. So yeah, got to go for the Rams there. Recapping out of those games, I think that 49ers Seahawks game, that's like game of the week. That's a huge game. That's
Yeah.
that's an exciting one. I think we finally are going to have a pretty good Thursday night showdown. It's just a cool story in my opinion what's going on with Mr. Irrelevant, Mr. Brock Purdy over there in
For
San
sure.
Francisco. And then you've got an
Well, how
equally
good
cool
is we've
story
talked
with
about it
Geno
before,
Smith,
but
right?
how good is Shanahan as a coach? I mean, it's ridiculous.
I officially denounced my Shanahan hate at the beginning of the season, and there's no football take that I've made that has been stronger than that this
Yeah.
year. I mean, this guy mortgages the entire farm to go get Trey Lance, design his offense around him, and then Lance hurts himself pretty early on in the season. Jimmy G takes over. Offense has to look completely different skill set of a quarterback. Jimmy G plays really well, does what he needs to do. Niners are great, and then Jimmy G's hurt. Now you've got this kid that you take with the last pick of the draft, and all of a sudden kid looks really good. He looks really
Being
good. He looks
coached up.
prepared. He's being coached up. He knows where his reads are. Um, and he's getting, B Mitch talks about it all the time on the podcast or on the radio show. He's getting the ball in the hands of his playmakers. And when your
Yeah.
playmakers are Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, really all you have to do is just get the ball to them. So maybe Turner and Heineke can take a page out of that playbook, and we can just get the ball in the hands of Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, and Jahan Dotson. And I think the boys will be okay there. But yeah, and then obviously Geno Smith has been, by all accounts, a top 5, top 7 quarterback this year. If you look at the numbers, you literally can't argue it. He's top 5 in almost every category. And he obviously was the guy that everybody wrote off as washed and a joke going into the year. So that's an
I
exciting
know
one
I
there
picked the
on Thursday
Seahawks,
night.
but when you look at that, the matchup does seem to favor the 49ers because such a great defense. And the Seahawks, when they've been winning, they've been outscoring teams, and
Yeah,
it might be a bit difficult. And they've been getting a lot of points scored against them as well. So I would agree with you. I think the 49ers playmakers can make a big difference, but I'm not going to change my pick. But I think
yeah.
49ers are a solid pick there.
Well, we've been sitting here talking all about the offense. That 49ers defense
Yep.
is outstanding.
Yep.
That 49ers defense is what people were saying our defense was going to be going into that
Did
2021
we turn
season.
this
That
into a
49ers defense
49ers
is like
pod?
unbelievable. I know. I can't.
Did I
I don't
suddenly
know what it is.
transport myself
I
to
love
Santa
that team,
Clara?
man. I don't know what it is.
Easy,
I don't
son.
know what it is. They're
Easy. I know. It used to be
a
like you
good
talked
football
about.
team.
Used to be like you talked about the Giants early in the season.
It's not what I said, but whatever. Hey, the tapes are public domain. Go back. You all can run the tapes. That's that. Let's wrap this thing up. I think we want to give a couple quick shout outs here, talking a little bit of World Cup soccer. We haven't been able to do it goes by so quick. It's hard to do the game by game breakdowns, but Argentina, Messi, the goat is
In
about
the
to
chip. In the
he's getting ready to cement himself. I don't want to say it too soon, but he's getting ready to cement himself. It's like the missing piece of his armor, right? And this is like the last quest I think he needs to complete to really enter that GOAT category,
Well, we've
in
got
my
family
opinion.
ties to Argentina,
Yep.
both sides of the family, and I don't know. I'm really all in on wanting them to win. I think we don't know the result of the France Morocco game at the time of the tape in. I would imagine France is going to win that game, and I think a France Argentina final would be incredible.
Yeah.
Tough game for Argentina, but not necessarily an easy game for France, especially the way Argentina played today. I mean, they just dominated Croatia. In that first
Yeah.
half, they could have scored 4 or 5 goals. It was a dominant performance. So they're definitely trending positively, and Messi is playing so well
He's just
at
white hot.
35 years old. Like you really thought he was the downside of his career. People are talking about him, maybe going to MLS, and he's just been, and he's been wearing that leadership role of the elder statesman on the team so well, and I
Yeah.
just would, I think I'm going to be rooting for Argentina as if it was like Italy or the U.S. playing, and I know I'm going to get grief by one of our loyal listeners by saying that. But I don't care.
It's a
I'm
hater,
all in.
man.
I want
He's a
Argentina to win.
hater.
I want to. You know who you are.
Yeah. Hater.
Everybody's
Hater.
got a right to their opinion. Everybody's
You
got a
do.
right to their opinion.
You do, but your opinion's wrong. You have the right to it, but it's wrong. This is a pro Messi podcast, putting our foot down. Uh,
But
yeah,
yeah, but
I
I mean,
I mean,
Mbappe and France are a
it's not
problem.
going to be. It's don't take our excitement of how well Messi's been playing and the fact that Argentina makes it in the finals. Don't misunderstand it for us saying that they've already won, because that's going to be tough. That France team is really, really, really good. But it's exciting to see. Hoping Messi can do it. They're
Incredible run
clearly
by
super hot
Croatia
team.
and Croatia and Morocco too, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I know Croatia was had a great run the last World Cup without a doubt. So not totally unexpected there, but I mean Morocco.
Yeah.
That's just an unreal run. I've got some friends that are from Morocco. You got to give them a lot of credit. We'll see. It'd be pretty miraculous if they knocked off France. See what happens.
Yep. And then in other news, Mike Leach, as we featured on the Cacats of the Week. Rest in peace there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I guess he had some heart issues that were known, but it turned south really
Wait,
fast. And
I'm sorry, he died. He didn't get
yes,
fired. I thought you meant he got fired with that
he died.
RIP. Wow. Well, in that case, literally
Yeah,
rest in peace. I'm sorry, I would not have delivered that with such jest there. That's horrible.
yeah,
That's super sad.
yeah. I figured,
Yeah,
since we featured him, on the show a couple weeks ago, is always a heck of a character, funny guy. His press conferences were must watch. And of course, a few weeks back, he folded up all the chairs for his receivers and told them they had to stand the rest of the game. But
yeah, I got a good
yeah,
laugh out of that one.
shocking news there. So since
Yeah,
there's a bit of a tie-in with Don and Pop, you know, give it up to him and his family, and hope
definitely.
you know,
Yeah,
sad to see
all
it. He's
the
only 61 years old.
it's tough. That's
Yeah,
a real shame. So yeah, send our condolences to him, his family, and all of his players, loved ones, everybody. We're thinking of you over here at Dama Pop. And yeah, I think that's for today. That's pretty much it. I think we've covered everything. And
go Commanders.
go Commanders. That's at the end of the day. We're here. We got our left hands up, and you guys will see us in person next week, Monday morning, first thing.
Go Juice in hand.
Go Juice in hand, holiday edition.
Stay
Left
safe,
hand up.
everyone.
All right. Without further ado, I've been Dom.
This is Pop.
Thanks for a great week, guys.
Just love me, baby. Oh, I'm on your chain, can't complain. You're so lovely.